Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Beast is Loose, and I am back with your daily CSGO betting predictions and analysis for the day of June 3rd, 2015. We have a ton of matches going on tomorrow, and they are all good matches, so I hope you guys can win some money tomorrow. Let's go. Alright, first of all, we have Navi versus G2 in a best of two. Since we have a bunch of games tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you which ones you should bet on and which ones you shouldn't. It's basically a rule of thumb. If you want to be betting safe and the odds are 20% or under, then usually don't bet, but I'll still give you my prediction on it. Navi, I do think will win this best of two. 2-0 over G2. Next we have Dignitas versus VP in a best of three, and based on their last meetup, I do think VP will win this best of three. Next we have TSM versus Flipside, and I do think TSM will win this best of one, but it is a best of one, so I think you guys should bet low on Flipside. Then we have Titan versus Penta in a best of three, and I do think you should bet Titan on this because it is a best of three, and Penta is not as good of a team as Titan at this point in time in the scene. Next we have Hellraisers versus Envious in a best of one, and I do think you should bet low on Hellraisers because they definitely could take this away from Envy. We have a best of three LGB versus Gplay, and I do think Gplay will take this best of three, so go ahead and bet on them. Then we have a best of two Mouse versus VP, and I do think VP will take this 2-0 over Mouse. Then we have a best of one Navi versus Titan, and this is going to be a close game, but I do think Navi can definitely come out on top. Go ahead and watch the game versus G2 and TSM's game versus Flipside and bet accordingly there. Then we have TA versus Penta. Go ahead and watch Penta's first game and bet accordingly there. But I do think Penta can take this. But I think this is TA's game right now. Then we have Dignitas versus Epsilon. And you should watch Dignitas versus VP here. But I do think Dignitas will win this best of one. But since it is a best of one, you should bet low on Epsilon. Then we have a best of one Envious versus TSM. Go ahead and watch Envious's previous games and TSM's previous games. I do think you should bet low on Envious though because of the odds and because it's a best of one. Then we have a best of one Flipside versus Hellraisers, and I do think Hellraisers will win this best of one, but based on the odds, you should bet low on Flipside unless they're having a really bad day based on their previous matches. Next we have a best of three Jake B versus Tricked, and Jake B did actually do really good in their first initial showing out on the scene, and I'm surprised that they don't have more percentage than this on Cisco Lounge. So I think you guys could bet low on Jake B, even though Tricked is really good, is playing really well lately. Next we have SK versus Hellraisers. Not worth betting on because I do think Hellraisers will win this 2-0 and not even have to go into a third round. Best of one Flipside versus Titan. Go ahead and watch both their earlier games. There's multiple, and I would go ahead and say bet low on Flipside. Then we have a best of one TSM versus Virtus Pro. I do think you should bet low on Virtus Pro because it is a best of one, you have a better chance to win. Then we have Gamers 2 versus Existence in a best of two. I'm going to say Gamers 2 will take this 2-0, but if you want to go a little risky, go ahead and bet it on Existence. But it is a best of two, and I do think that Gamers 2 will take two games. Then we have AW versus Kick in a best of one, and I think you should bet AW just because it's a best of one and it could go either way. They have Envious versus Titan in a best of one. I'm going to say watch their earlier games, but bet low on Titan for the better chances and odds of winning. Then we have Method versus CLG in a best of two, and I do think Method can actually take two games away from CLG. So I think this might be a good game to bet to to bet 2 games over method. Then we have Winout versus Ace Gaming. Winout has been doing pretty good lately. I do think that they should win this, but Ace Gaming are an on and off team, and if they're on tomorrow, they will definitely take this best of 3. Our last listed match for tomorrow is SKDC versus Liquid. Liquid did play today and had quite an impressive showing, and SKDC have also been pretty good lately. I do think this is actually a pure 50-50. I'm gonna say go ahead and bet Liquid because they looked good tonight, and I think they will be really good tomorrow. Man, that was a lot of games, guys. Thank you for tuning into all of them. If I have won you any money in the past or win you any money today, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date with all my CSGO betting predictions and analysis content in the future or any other content on my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. My name is The Beast is Loose, and I will see you guys in the next video.